Hey guys, thanks for joining me again today. Today I got some stuff to show you. I started another channel for streaming some of my gaming exploits, so I'm gonna have in the show notes down below. I'm gonna have a link to that channel. It's called Lost Brothers Gaming. On there, I usually just stream me goofing around with my friend Matt and Steve, doing some Heroes of the Storm, some Overwatch, or whatever else we're getting into that day. Pretty soon, when Destiny comes out, we're going to be doing some Destiny 2 through the Battle.net. I know I already pre-ordered. I think Matt already has, so has Steve. So that's going to be great. Today, though, I'm going to be showing you some of that stuff, some footage from that. I'm also going to be showing you... Oh, by the way, beware. That is not going to be great. We're not totally awesome. Most of the time we play the AI, mostly because we just don't like to deal with toxic players. And while Heroes of the Storm doesn't have as many toxic players as, say, League of Legends, they still do have a few who just don't know when to shut up. So, there's three of us. We like to play against someone who just shuts up. Overwatch, though, we play arcade, we play mayhem, we play quick match, although not so much. We usually stick to the arcade. We love playing with the arcade. Fun rules. Also, you'll see today me working on a commission for Kaycosplay. You should check her out on Instagram. I'm going to have some footage of her Instagram on this video, so it'll be great. She's a wonderful beginning cosplayer, and she's not paying me to say this, and we barely really know each other. I just followed her on Instagram one day, she followed me back, and then we met at Megacon this year, 2017. And she's a fun girl. Her boyfriend looks like a great guy, and making a commission for her for Cindy of Final Fantasy 15. Super hot girl. So obviously I want to draw her anyway, so that'll be fun. You'll see me do that. You also see me work on some stuff for the new project that I'm working on with Bohdan Neswiacheny. He got on me last time for calling him Neswiacheny, because I don't know why I always want to call him Neswiacheny, but it's Neswiacheny or Neswiacheny. He's gonna murder me again, sorry. But my Ukrainian brother, he and I are working on a story. I don't want to reveal the title of the story or even the plot yet. That's really for him to do, but I am working on it, and it's a really fun book to work on. Obviously, you'll see it involves dragons. And it also involves a bunch of other cool stuff of the supernatural genre. Also, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend Jeremy Katanik. Follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook. He's an amazing artist, and he suffered a loss this week. He's a very private person, I think, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But it was a very personal loss to him, very deep loss. So I wanted to say, homie, I'm sorry, seriously. And my condolences go to you, your family. Say hi to everybody for me. Hi, Jen. Also, I'm going to put a link at the bottom of my show for another channel. I know I'm doing a lot of cross-promotion here, but this channel belongs to my wife, and she's super into theme parks. All the theme parks here in Orlando, and she goes to them all. And she is the most knowledgeable person I know about theme parks. So, if you like theme parks, you like seeing about all the new stuff that's happening at theme parks, you want to see first-person view of going through these parks, and you want to know some tips and tricks, because that's what she does. She knows like when to go, when not to go, how to get through lines quicker. Check out her videos. She's brand new, so you'll be getting in on the ground floor, and please pardon the clumsiness of both her and I as we learn how to navigate through that world together. Also, Megacon. Megacon was an amazing show. Lots of attendance this year, but well, here's the thing. Like, cons are weird. You know, when I first started doing this for a living, cons were a lot of fun, and they still are. They were a lot of fun, but they were also a great time for you to make that little bit of extra cheddar that would get you through the year. You know, and as an artist, especially an artist who does this full time, you don't really make, you know, you're never going to make tons of money. I mean, I don't care who you idolize, you know, big names in the industry. None of them really make a lot of money just on their art. A lot of them diversify and go into other avenues and other venues to make their money work for them and to make their art work for them. Sometimes it's video game development, like Joe Mad. Sometimes it's finding a way to become editor-in-chief of one of these big companies like Jim Lee and Joe Quesada. Sometimes it's by merchandising, like Neil Adams and people like that. They merchandise what they're good at, you know, like how to draw babes or whatever. So, you know, you never really make a lot of money as an artist. So conventions are a great way for you to make a little bit of extra money and just to try to get through your year, you know. I'm not going to go into all the details of how to make a convention successful. Maybe I'll make that in another video, like how to have a successful convention show and what defines a successful convention show. But bottom line is, you got to make more money than you put into the show. So if you put $1,500 into the show, even if you're an artist alley, you need to make 2 times that. So you need to make 3,000. And why do you need to make 3,000? Well, because you need to put the 1,500 back into your bank account that you spent, or that's a loss, right? Plus, you need the little bit of money you need to get through the year, right? So what do you need that money for? Well, in my case, for example, my monitor blew out, and my PC monitor blew out, so I had to buy a new PC monitor. Thankfully, my friend Matt covered me on that, and I'm paying him back. But you know, you need a good monitor to do this kind of work. I have a portable station that I work on most of the time, and that one I do, like, you know, while I'm sitting on the couch or sitting outside. But when I need to do some serious stuff with a lot of processing power, which is often, I have to hit the desktop. So if my monitor is dead, I can't do that. I also can't do any other stuff I like to do, stuff that we all do, like game or edit Photoshop files, work on book covers, because I've been working on book covers lately too to cover some of those expenses. So without any of that, without the monitor, can't really do any of that. Also, ink for prints, you know, ink's not cheap, you know, it's $30 per head. My thing takes 4 heads, so you're looking at what, 120 bucks, 30, 60, yeah, 120 bucks. So I mean, if I'm lucky and I catch it on a sale, I might only spend 100. If I go with those cheap generic knockoffs that you get afterwards, you know, aftermarket stuff like the refills, I get it a lot cheaper. I can get it for like 50 bucks total, but the quality of the ink is garbage. It's absolute garbage, no coverage. The markers that I waste at these conventions, the markers that I use to do commissions for folks, buying those blank covers, buying more pencils, more lead, buying, not to mention all the other stuff involved. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff involved, like electricity, food, water. So all these things, I mean, it's part of your job. You know, if you go to work, you get paid. That money, you get paid for your work. And you use that money to make it through the week, make it the next 2 weeks, make it through the month, make it through the year. Well, that's what conventions do for us. They're like a little gap filler that we get to use to make it work. But the last couple of years, the big shows haven't been very good to me. And not to me or anyone else I know, actually. Some of the guys, well, most of the guys I've gone with, they all say on a good big show, they break even. On a bad big show, they lose money. You know. So the smaller shows like Florida Anime Expo, which I need to get to, because I missed out last year, but not this year, because I make good money there. I meet great people. I mean, these are people who are so dedicated. They're there for what they're there for. You know, they're not just there to just cosplay, or they're not there to just look at art, or they're not there just to buy some new little miniature. They're there for all of it. And not only that, they're excited to see you. And I love when people are excited to see me and they talk to me and they're like, hey man, how'd you do that? You know, how's it going? You know, they get to know me. I love it. It's smaller, it's more one-on-one. I know them, they know me, so it's great. Plus, they're all local mostly. I'm local, so there it is, in the Orlando area, so there it is. But the big shows haven't been that great. The big shows have been kind of like hit or miss. You'll have a good year this year, and then next year you go do the same show, and it's a complete, just bad. I mean, there was a guy across the way from me, I forgot his name, and honestly, he was a bit of a dick, so who cares? But he was bragging about how last year at Megacon he made, you know, he cleared, after expenses, he cleared like $5,000 or whatever it was. This year, he was bitching and moaning the whole time, out loud in public, bitching at his customers, which, you know, you don't do. That's just wrong, because it's not their fault. But he's bitching he couldn't make any money. He wasn't making any money. I don't even think he broke even. So it was just that kind of show, you know. But I got pictures. Amazing cosplayers this year. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen cosplayers with costumes that detailed. There was this Sylvanas that I wish I would have filmed and actually interviewed, but I'm just not good at interviewing people because I'm an introvert, A, and B, because I'm always concerned they're going to think like I'm just trying to be a creeper. I'm not. Her costume was so detailed. She made the bow, that spine bow that Sylvanas has in Heroes of the Storm, that it looks like a spine complete with vertebrae and everything. Oh man, that thing was so good. And everything was great. I mean, she had these prosthetic ears that actually looked good, not like fake little rubber ding-dongs that are just, you know, they looked really good. There were a couple Halo guys there. There was one guy that is Slade Wilson, who I followed on Instagram. He followed me back, and just really good stuff. I'm going to try to put as much of this information as I can in the show notes. I'm also going to put a link to like my Instagram where you can see all these cosplay pictures that I took and everything. I had a lot of fun though. You know, despite the not being financially awesome, I made back my table, which that's what I paid to go into the show. And since it's local, I didn't really have to hotel, so it was good. It was a good show. And I don't really think it was anyone's fault. I don't think it was the organizer's fault. I don't think it's whoever owns Megacon now. I don't think it's their fault. We didn't have a lot of big names there this year. I mean, not as big as like Tampa Bay Comic Con's gonna have. I mean, we had Stan Lee, but Stan Lee's at everything. Anyway, that was Megacon. For my Lost Brothers Gaming channel, you'll see right now it's super plain. I'm still learning how to do like the whole live stream thing because I think I'm decent at this like pre-recorded videos, but the live stream things is a whole other world. You know, you gotta have like you have to have overlays, and you have to have like a chat thing open so you can see who's talking to you. It's a lot more interactive, a lot more immersive, and I'm such a complete fucking dodo bird and an introvert that, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out for me that way. But I'm learning, so hang in there and be patient. Anyway, enjoy the video. Enjoy the videos that I'm including. Enjoy the stream for the video game. Have fun. I'm going to try to speed that up. I won't put too much because I know you're probably here for the art. And today, I'm also going to show you, you're going to see some of my process work. It's going to be fast forward, no sound, because I think the last video I put up got slammed for a copyright thing because I was listening to Spotify while I was working, and that came out on the video. So I had to get rid of the soundtrack, which means no music to go by. I'm going to use some of that cheap Google music to put up there. Also, you'll see me how I break down a piece, especially like the Kaycosplay piece. I haven't started the inks on that yet, but you'll see like how I wireframe it, then how I rough it up, then how I solidify it, and then how I start going in and cleaning it up, so getting it ready for inks. And then I'm gonna switch to my project with Bohdan, and you're gonna see how I take that another piece who's already at the cleaned up phase, and you're gonna see me turn that with inks, my digital inks. So for anyone who's asking though, when I do comic book work, I never do it on Photoshop, because Photoshop is a great tool, but it's got way too many bells and whistles for just comic book work, and all you just need is be able to do art. And for me, Clip Studio Pro, which used to be called Manga Studio, you know, Clip Studio Pro is the best program to do comic book art. It has a brush engine that's amazing. The coloring engine on it, the way that it handles colors, palettes, blending, just as good as Photoshop. Some of the stuff I've done that you see on my Photoshop that looks very painterly, Manga Studio, not Photoshop. Everything I do that's art related is Clip Studio or Manga Studio, whatever you want to call it now. Definitely not Photoshop. I haven't done Photoshop for comic book art in, oh my god, I think like 4 years now. I started with Manga Studio when I was on Manga Studio for debut, which was like their $69 version program. And then I upgraded over time, but definitely, I know they're not paying me to say this. This is just me being an awesome, I'm in love with Smith Micro's Manga Studio product. So if you're an artist and you're looking at breaking in digitally and you don't want something that'll overwhelm you and just help you out from the beginning, Clip Studio Pro, Manga Studio, get it. It'd be great. Plus, hit me up. Hit me up on my YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever. I'll help you out. I've done it for others. I'll help you out. So anyway, yeah, man. Yeah, guys. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. That's gonna be amazing right there. Yep. No, no, they're like, what's the circuit for, boss? Oh. Yeah, yeah, I see him. I don't even think our Zerg are gonna get here on time, to be honest. I think we're gonna do this.